Hello, guys. Welcome to Psychology of Freedom. We have another topic for today, which is all about existence ng cellphones and social media sa buhay ng mga anak natin. So, very common challenge to sa mga parents. Una, ano ba talaga yung mga cellphones and social media? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Diba? It can be both a good thing and a bad thing. So, don't worry, hindi ko naman i-vilify yung cellphones and social media. Kasi marami tayong good things na nakukuha out of it. Like for example, pag na-network sa ibang tao, di ba, yung communication, napakadali na lang, very instant. And yung mga important information, they are all at our fingertips. We can learn anything. It also gives us comfort, 'di ba? Ang dali na lang with just one click, 'di ba? Ma-deliver na sa bahay natin yung mga kailangan natin. So, it's a good thing. Pero we cannot also deny the fact na it can also be dangerous, particularly sa mga anak natin, sa mga bata ages from 0 to 10. 'Di ba, commonly makikita natin 'to around mga 6 years old, nakaglue na lang yung mga mukha nila sa cellphones, 'di ba? Even nga, 'di ba, as young as 3 years old, 'di ba, naka-tablet na, 'di ba? Pero let's start with ano ba talaga yung nakukuha natin sa mga cellphones or smartphones, social media. So every time na meron tayong likes, hearts, notification, messages, every time na nakakapaglaro tayo, every time na nakakapanood tayo ng something entertaining, meron tayong boost ng hormone which is called dopamine. Ito yung feel-good chemical sa brain natin. Kaya when we do these things, yun nga, yung parang may messages, may likes, and nakakapaglaro, we watch things, it feels good. So we want to do it more. And itong hormone na to, ito din yung napoproduce ng brain natin kapag tayo ay umiinom ng alak, naninigarilyo, or nagsusugal. And in other words, tulad ng alcohol, cigarette, or gambling, itong social media and smartphones, it is highly addictive. 'Di ba? Yung paggamit nitong mga 'to. Tapos 'di ba, as parents, nagagalit tayo, sinisigawan natin yung mga anak natin, sinisisi natin sila kapag alam mo yun, parang zombie na sila, detached na sa real world, di na makapag-form ng relationship, yuko na lang ng ganun sa cellphone magdamag. Pero in the first place, sino ba yung nagbigay sa kanila ng mga devices na to? So, bakit nga ba hindi dapat bigyan ng smartphones yung mga anak natin at a tender age of 0 to 10? Kasi yung brain nila is underdeveloped. Hindi pa nila na-develop yung skill of regulation. Hindi pa nila naisip na, itong ginagawa ko, unhealthy na to, so kailangan ko na tong ilimit. Wala pa silang ganong thinking. They cannot think that deep. Kumbaga, tayo ng adults, di ba, hindi natin naiisip yun, di ba? Hirap tayong ilimit yung addiction natin sa mga cellphones natin. Sila pa kaya na nagsistart pa lang ma-develop yung brain. So, ayan, gusto kong pag-usapan din yung pagpo-post ng mga babies natin sa social media. 'Di ba, dati close family and friends lang, tito or tita, mga kamag-anak, sila lang yung nakakakita ng mga pictures ng baby natin. Pero ngayon, kahit yung stranger na once lang natin na-meet or hindi pa natin na-meet at all, nakikita na lahat ng mga pinopost natin about sa mga anak natin. So, we put our children on public display. So, syempre, di ba, sinasabi natin as parents, proud lang tayo. Gusto lang natin ipagmalaki yung mga anak natin. So, maganda naman yung intention natin, pero as always, there is a part there na unconscious. And that's what we do here, di ba? We try to bring awareness dun sa unconscious part ng parenting natin. So, bakit nga ba hindi dapat i-public display yung mga anak natin? Number one, hindi sila nagbigay ng consent na i-share yung sarili nila sa ibang tao. Pero sasabihin natin as parents, 'di ba? Eh, yung anak ko yung may gusto eh, 'di ba? Ano ko yung may gusto? Gusto nilang magpa-picture, gusto nilang magpa-video, gusto nilang i-post sa Facebook, social media, Instagram, masaya sila pagka nagkakaroon sila ng likes. Ang problema, itong mga anak natin, hindi pa nila naiintindihan kung ano yung mga bagay na binibigyan nila ng consent. So halimbawa, 'di ba, pag lasing yung tao, pwede ba siyang magbigay ng sexual consent? 'Di ba hindi? Kasi hindi niya naiintindihan. Hindi siya ganoon ka-conscious. Even nga sa ospital, 'di ba? Sino yung mga hindi magbigay ng pwedeng magbigay ng consent for operation, 'di ba? Yung mga mentally handicapped, yung mga minor, yung mga intoxicated din or lasing, 'di ba kasi nga hindi nila naiintindihan yung information na binibigay or pinapaliwanag sa kanila. That's the way it is then when yung mga anak natin nagbibigay ng consent sa atin. Oo lang sila ng oo, pero they don't know. So just because yung mga bata hindi pa sila aware, hindi sila nakakapagsalita kasi hindi naman talaga nila naiintindihan, doesn't mean na we are free to do anything and put them on public display. Alam mo yon, on steroids, 'di ba? Tayo ngang mga adults, 'di ba, nagagalit tayo kapag pinipicturean tayo or vinivideohan tayo without our consent. So same thing din sa mga anak natin. So yeah, number one, they do not consent to this. Number two, they become susceptible to bullies. Hindi na to bago sa atin. Alam na natin to. Marami tayong stories na naririnig, di ba? Na nabubuli yung mga bata sa social media. Even yung mga babies, di ba? Ng mga celebrities. Naririnig natin yung mga stories na to na yung mga anak nila nasasabihin ng kung ano-ano na masasakit na salita. Na, in other words, yun nga, nabubuli. While it's not there's no excuse to this. It's not a good thing. And we can fight back sa mga bullies na yon. We can file cases. Pero it's something na out of our control. So alam natin yung social media can be cruel, 'di ba? And when things are said and done, yung mga anak natin can be scarred for life kasi imprinted na yun permanently sa social media eh. And they did they did not ask to be exposed to these things at an early age. So ano talaga yung sinasabi ko? Ang sinasabi ko is yung brain ng mga anak natin, hindi pa yan ready sa toxicity na dala ng social media. Hindi pa nila kayang i-digest kung ano yung mga, yun nga, yung mga nasa social media na, yun nga, nakikita natin as adults. Underdeveloped pa yung brain nila. Hindi pa sila naka-develop ng skills kung paano i-handle yung mga ganitong bagay. And they need to practice or develop skills in a safe environment. And tayo as parents, tayo dapat yung nagpo-provide ng safe space or safe environment sa mga anak natin. And sure, pag 15 years old na yung anak natin, 15 years old and above, so 'di ba, hindi na talaga natin makokontrol yung may encounter nila. Pero it's important na yung first 0 to 10 years, we plant yung seeds of worth. So once na na-establish na yung foundation na yan, yung worth nila, we can be assured na they have a strong sense of self-worth. So even if maka-encounter sila ng, alam mo yon, unconsciousness, whether sa social media or sa real world, di ba, they'll be able to handle it. So, ayan. And also, gusto ko naman din i-uncover yung parts ng parenting natin which is unconscious when it comes to, di ba, social media age and um, smartphones age. So, let's try to answer the question, bakit nga ba gusto nating i-post yung mga anak natin sa social media? Sabi nga ni Dr. Shefali, it's for our own fancy. Ibig sabihin, para sa sarili natin, di ba? Na parang, look at me, ang cute ng anak ko. Look at me, achiever yung anak ko. Or, look at me, talented yung anak ko. Look how good of a mother I am. Look how good of a mom I am. I have this superstar child. So we are doing it not really for our children. It doesn't do them any service, but more for ourselves. 'Di ba? Gusto natin mag-show off. We want to be seen. It's like our trophy na hindi natin nakuha nung mga bata pa tayo, 'di ba? So if we are being honest, we like to post our children's successes and talents so that we can finally feel good about ourselves. Pero it's not really our fault. Hindi lang natin alam na yung actions natin is really coming from a place of hunger for validation, because yun nga, because of unworthiness, which really comes sa childhood din natin as parents. At pag hindi tayo nag-heal, hindi tayo naging conscious sa mga wounds natin nung bata pa tayo, kasi 'di ba, we also had unconscious parents, 'di ba? Lahat ng parents mostly unconscious. So pag hindi tayo nag-heal, we will keep using our children to fill the void. And ipapasa natin yung emotional baggage na yun, emotional bankruptcy na yun sa kanila. So, yun nga, it's not about blaming. There's no one to blame. Lahat tayo unconscious to some degree. And it's all about being aware so that um, we can take the right action for our children. Ayan. So, this time, pag-usapan naman natin yung pagbibigay ng smartphones sa mga anak natin at a very young age. I-uncover naman natin yung unconsciousness natin dito. So, di ba, as early as 3 years old, ini-introduce na natin yan sa cellphones, tablet, pinapapanood natin sila ng mga, alam mo yon, yung mga kid-friendly na mga palabas, hinahayaan natin silang maglaro ng games for long periods of time. And ang sabi ni Dr. Shefali, she is a psychologist. This is not my word. This is her words. That is lazy parenting. Why? Kasi yung mga cellphones ang nagiging babysitter ng mga bata. So we use these gadgets, we use these devices as babysitters. Not knowing na yung anak natin, they can have brain fart, di ba? Dahil sa mga devices na to. So, we think na para to sa mga anak natin, di ba? Matututo sila pag nanood sila sa YouTube or pag naglalaro sila ng games, makaka-develop sila ng, alam mo yun, critical thinking. Pero hindi. The real intention is, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, gusto lang natin na mapirme or tumahimik sa isang tabi yung anak natin at hindi tayo istorbohin. Kasi stress tayo eh. Trabaho tayo and we do all sorts of things and minemaintain pa natin yung social media natin, di ba? So, di ba kasi yung mga bata kasi they are annoying, iiyak, madaming gusto, sobrang needy sa attention natin, malikot, di ba kung ano-anong ginagawa. And yun, para tumahimik sila, binibigyan na lang natin ng gadget. So it's more for our comfort. Kasi child phobic tayo eh. We cannot tolerate yung nature ng mga bata, which is, ganito yung nature talaga nila eh. Makulit, magulo, maingay, chaotic. So ayan, it's really more for our comfort and for our time for ourselves than it is for our children. So it's important na we bring awareness to these things para, di ba, we don't damage our children. And the problem is not really social media, not really the cell phone, not really the device, but the real problem is yung unconsciousness natin as parents. That is more damaging to our children, di ba, than the smartphones and social media. So, what do we do, di ba? What actions, what conscious actions can we take? So, una, if yung anak mo, hindi pa siya na-introduce sa social media, wala pa siyang smartphone, wala pa siyang cellphone, kasi halimbawa, 1 year old pa lang or 2 years old pa lang yung anak mo, try your best not to give them unsupervised access sa mga gadgets na to until they are teenagers. So we have to set some boundaries. Sabi nga ni Dr. Shifali, no screens till teens. So mahirap nang gawin, 'di ba? Kasi we are surrounded. Parang the world is coming at us. Very seductive yung, 'di ba? Social media and smartphones. And what makes it harder is hindi kasi natin pwedeng sabihan lang yung anak natin, "Oh, tama na 'yan. Wag na mag-phone, isang oras lang 'yan," ganyan. Hindi yon. It's how we are. It's the relationship that we have with our phones and social media. Yun yung ma-absorb ng mga anak natin. So kung addict tayo sa cellphones natin, ma-addict din sila. Kung hindi tayo addict sa cellphones natin, we have other things to do, we have boundaries sa phones and social media, yun din yung ma-absorb nila. So it's not really what we say to our children, it's how we are. Kailangan i-embody natin yung gusto nating makita sa mga anak natin. And what if naman yung mga anak natin na introduce na sa phone, and yan, they have a degree of addiction na sa kanilang smartphones and social media. The first step to take is accept. Accept the reality. This is what you got. This is your reality. It is what it is. Pero even if nandyan na yan, try to set boundaries pa din. Like, halimbawa, gagamitin lang natin yung cellphone for homework or gagamitin lang natin yung cellphone for games ng siguro 1 hour in a day. So it's up to you kasi it depends on how addicted na yung anak natin sa gadget nila, 'di ba? We can lessen it little by little. And syempre, pag sinabi mong i-lessen yung time nila with their phones, 'di ba? Kailangan may kapalit 'yan. Kailangan um, we replace it with something na mas attractive sa phones, sa games, and social media. So we have to replace it with our connection with our children. So sabi nga, 'di ba, connection is the antidote for addiction, 'di ba? Sa mga anak natin. So, yung mga anak kasi natin, they crave connection. They want to feel connected. It's just that yung presence kasi natin is not always available kasi preoccupied tayo sa trabaho, preoccupied tayo sa social media natin, sa sarili natin mga interest. So, yung mga anak natin, they go for the cheaper version of our connection, which is yung social media and cell phones. So in short, if nilimit natin yung access ng mga anak natin sa social media and sa mga cellphones nila, it is required na yung presence natin sa buhay ng anak natin is maramdaman talaga ng mga anak natin. Kasi tempting yung social media eh. And if we are really connected and we really have a relationship with our children, they will choose our connection. It is parang more fulfilling to them than the temporary boost ng dopamine ng social na dala ng social media or ng cellphones. Ultimately, the best thing that we can do for our children is in this modern times is to heal. Kasi as parents, yung addiction natin sa social media really comes from our own wound as children. We feel not good enough within ourselves, kaya we need to post everything. We're so hungry for approval and validation. And in turn, pag nag-heal tayo, hindi natin mapapasa yung, alam mo yon, yung feeling of unworthiness, emotional baggage. So, ayun lang. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope may natutunan kayo dito. I'll elaborate more of the conscious parenting way in the future. So, ayan. See you sa next video.